Hello viewers, welcome again to today's lesson. This is the solution space, the platform where mathematics is made easy and simple for everyone to understand and to enjoy. In this video, I want to treat a new topic with you, and that is simultaneous equations. As you can see from the board, I've written simultaneous equations on the board. Okay, so that's what I want to teach you in this video, and you can see that I have an example on the board that I want to solve with you. But before we proceed and solve the example that I have on the board, I'm going to do a quick explanation on what simultaneous equations are, so that you get a good foundation for us to proceed with. Okay, so now when we speak of simultaneous equations, in simple terms, it refers to two or more algebraic equations that shares the same variables or contains the same variables, and they are being solved together. Okay, and that is what we refer to as simultaneous equations. Okay, I'm going to repeat it one more time. So I'm saying that when we speak of simultaneous equations, in simple terms, it refers to two or more algebraic equations that contains the same variable or shares the same variables, and they are being solved together. Okay, and that is what we refer to as simultaneous equations. Okay, I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. Okay, so you can see that I've written substitution method on the board. Okay, because on the simultaneous equation we have many methods of solving it. We have the graphical method, the elimination method, and also the substitution method. Okay, but in this video I'm going to teach you the substitution method of solving simultaneous equations. That's why I've written substitution method on the board. Okay, so we are going to learn about the substitution method of solving simultaneous equations. Okay, so in subsequent videos we are going to look at the elimination method as well. Okay, but with the start we are looking at the substitution method of solving simultaneous equations. Okay, and the substitution method of solving simultaneous equation, it simply refers to the use of change of subject in solving simultaneous equation. That's it about the substitution method. Okay, I'm going over one more time. Okay, so I'm saying that with the substitution method of solving simultaneous equation, it simply refers to the use of change of subject or the application of change of subject in solving simultaneous equations. Okay, and I've already taught you change of subject in previous videos. We've treated change of subject as a full topic. Okay, we've done a detailed explanation on it, and we've solved many examples on it as well, and we are going to apply that knowledge here. Okay, as I've said that the substitution method refers to the use of change of subject, okay, or the application of change of subject, okay, in solving simultaneous equation. That's it about the substitution method. It simply refers to the application of change of subject or the use of change of subject in solving simultaneous equations. Okay, I hope the explanation is clear enough. Okay, so if you don't have any knowledge on change of subject, it means you are going to struggle with this. Okay, so I will advise that you do well to search my videos that I've done on change of subject. Okay, so that you watch them for you to get a good foundation to be able to handle this session as well. Okay, we've treated change of subject as a full topic. Okay, so just search for them and watch them. Okay, so that you can easily handle this one as well. And please don't forget to like the videos and also share them after watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve the example 1 that I have on the board. Okay, so example 1, it says we should solve the equations x plus y equals to 5 and 2x minus y equals to 4. Okay, so we are going to solve for the values of x and y in the given equations. Okay, we have two equations on the board. We have x plus y equals to 5 and 2s minus y equals to 4. Okay, so the first step is that you are going to label the equations. Okay, so as you can see from the board, we have two given equations. Okay, so we are going to pick the first equation and label it as equation 1. And we are going to pick the second equation also and label it as equation 2. Okay, so that's the first step. I hope you agree and you understand up to this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve it together. So I'm going to write down my solution. Okay, then I'm going to pick the first equation, okay, which is my s plus y equals to 5, and I'm going to label it as equation 1. Okay, then I'll pick the next one also, which is the 2s minus y equals to 4, and I'll label it as equation 2. Okay, I hope you understand and you agree up to this point. All that we did is to pick the equations given and we labeled it as equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, so the first one we've labeled it as equation 1, the second one we labeled it as equation 2. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, now the next step is that from any of the given equations, which is equation 1 or equation 2, you choose to make any variable the subject from any of the equations that you want. Okay, so when you start from equation 1, you can choose to make s the subject, or you can choose to make y the subject. You get the same answer. Or when you start from equation 2, you can choose to make s the subject or y the subject. Okay, so from any of the equations, you choose to make any variable the subject, and I've taught you change of subject. Okay, so for me, I'll start with equation 1 and I'll choose to make s the subject. Okay, someone can choose to make y the subject from equation 1, you get the same answer. Okay, someone can also choose to make s the subject from equation 2, you get the same answer. Or the person can choose to make y the subject from equation 2, we are still going to get the same answer. Okay, so from any of the given equation, we are going to choose to make any variable the subject. Okay, and I'm going to choose to make s the subject from equation 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that together. Okay, so I'm going to write from equation 1. Okay, so from equation 1, okay, I'm going to make, so making s the subject. Okay, so making s the subject. So I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so I'm going to make s the subject from equation 1. Okay, so making s the subject means that I'm going to make s stand alone. I've taught you change of subject, so we are applying that knowledge here. So everything which is attached to s, we are going to move it away so that s can stand alone in equation 1, and that is we making s the subject. Okay, so from the equation 1, we have that our s plus y is equals to 5. Okay, so to make s the subject, you are going to have our s is equals to 5 minus y. Okay, because this positive y will cross the equal sign to come and join the 5 which is here. It is positive, so when you cross the equal sign, it becomes negative. Okay, so we have our s is equals to 5 minus y. Okay, so you can see that we've made s the subject from equation 1. Okay, so what we have now, we are going to label it as equation 3. Okay, so we are going to now label this one as equation 3. So we label this one as equation 3. And now, with this equation 3, we are going to substitute it back into equation 2. Okay, now someone might be asking, why not equation 1 into equation 2? We are not going to put it into equation 1 because it's from the equation 1 that we made as the subject. Okay, so we cannot go back and put it into the equation 1 again. That would be wrong. Okay, because it was from equation 1 that we made as the subject, okay, which is given as the equation 3. So this equation 3, we need to substitute it back into equation 2 and not equation 1. Okay, so that's why we are not putting it into equation 1 and into equation 2 instead. Okay, so if you are wondering why we are going to put equation 3 into 2 and not 1, I've explained that because we made as the subject from equation 1, we cannot go and put it back into equation 1. Okay, we need to put it into equation 2 instead. Okay, That's how you go about it, because if you put it into equation 1, it will be wrong, because it is from equation 1 that you made S the subject, okay, which is giving us the equation 3. So it means you cannot put it back into the equation 1, but into equation 2 instead. That's why we have to put equation 3 into the equation 2. If someone chose to make, let's say, start with the equation 2 and make S the subject from the equation 2, it means that the person will have to go and put that value back into the equation 1 instead. Okay, so assuming if someone made S the subject from equation 2, that value that the person will get, that person will go and put it back into equation 1 and not equation 2, because the person made S the subject from equation 2, so you cannot go back and put it into equation 2 again. You need to put it into equation 1. But for us, we made S the subject from equation 1, which is giving us the equation 3. So that equation 3, we put it into equation 2 and not equation 1. Okay, I hope the explanation is clear up to this point. I'm stressing on it because students make those mistakes a lot. Okay, that's why I'm stressing on it. Okay, so we are going to write putting equation 3 into equation 2. Okay, so I'm going to write putting equation 3, okay, equation 3 into equation 2. Okay, so I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so now the equation 2, we have 2s minus y is equals to 4. Okay, so what that means is that wherever we see s in equation 2, we are going to put 5 minus y there, okay, because we've made a statement that we are putting equation 3 into equation 2. So equation 3, we have s equals to 5 minus y. Okay, so the value for s is 5 minus y. So wherever we see s in equation 2, we are going to put 5 minus y there. Okay, that's we doing the substitution. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so now I'm going to continue from this side. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to continue from this side. So I have the 2s minus y equals to 4, and I'm saying that you are going to put the equation 3 into 8. So wherever we see s in this, we are going to put 5 minus y there. Okay, so I'm going to have my 2 times, because the bracket means multiplication. This is bracket, it means multiplication. Okay, because the 2 and the s, they are multiplying. So it means that value of s, which is the 5 minus y, the 2 is going to multiply it. That's why I put the bracket there. Okay, so that you know that the 2 multiply whatever value of s you are placing there. And the value of s that you are putting there is 5 minus y. Okay, so 2 multiplying 5 minus y, you close your bracket. Then we have our minus y here, so you bring your minus y. So minus y equals to 4. Okay, so your equal sign is here, then your 4 is there. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so from here, we just need to open our bracket and solve further. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our bracket. So 2 times 5 gives 10. So I have my 10. 2 times minus y gives minus 2y. Okay, and you bring this your minus y, which is here, equals to 4. I hope you understand and you agree with me. Okay, so let's group like terms. Okay, so I'm going to have minus 2y minus y equals to 4 minus 10. Okay, because this positive 10 crosses the equal sign to join the 4, which is here, it becomes negative. When anything crosses the equal sign, the sign it has changes. Okay, so I'm going to have minus 2y minus y gives me minus 3y, then equals to 4 minus 10 gives minus 6. And for me to get my y, I'll divide through by negative 3, here also by negative 3, so that this negative and this negative will cancel. This 3 and this 3 will cancel. This negative and this negative cancels away. Then 3 goes here 1 and 3 goes into the 6 2 times. So you have your y is equals to 2. Okay, I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. So we've gotten the value for y, which is 2. Okay, so now we need to get the value for s also. Okay, so now you have your y is equal to 2, so you can go and substitute the value of y, which is equals to 2, you can substitute into any of the 3 equations, okay? We have equation 1, 2, and 3. So any of the equations that you want, you can go and put the value of y into it so that you solve for s. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, so I will choose to put my y is equal to 2 into equation 3. Okay, because from equation 3, s is already being made the subject. Okay, so that will be much simple for us to solve for s. Okay, but that notwithstanding, I'm saying that if you put it into any of the 3 equations, which is either equation 1, 2, or 3, you get the same answer. But I'm putting it into equation 3 because the reason is because from the equation 3, we've already made s the subject. Okay, but if you choose to use equation 1, you get the same answer. If you use equation 2 also, you get the same answer. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, so I'm going to write putting y equals to 2 into equation 3, okay, and that will help me to solve for the value of s. Okay, so the equation 3 is here. I have s is equals to 5 minus y. Okay, so let me write it from here. So I have my s is equals to 5 minus y. Okay, so wherever I see y, I'll put the value of y there because I'll solve for y and y is equal to 2. So I'll have my s is equals to 5 minus 2. I hope you agree with me. And that will give me my s will be equals to 3. Okay, so this is my final answer for solving for s and y. Okay, so we can say therefore our s is equals to 3 and our y is equals to 2. Okay, and that is our final answer. Okay, so I can see it's not clear there, so let me write it well. Okay, so therefore my s is equals to 3, comma, my y is equals to 2. I hope it's clear now. Okay, so this is my final answer for solving for s and y in the given equation. Okay, so this is how to handle simultaneous equation using the substitution method. Okay, I hope the explanation was clear enough and you understood it as well. Please don't forget to like the video and also share the video as well. See you again in another video whilst we solve more examples on this. Bye bye.